Good day, lords and ladies. This is Esmeralda from the West, coming to you from our little village shop in Patuxent Village. And I was posed with a question: move forward or do not. And so I pulled a couple of cards for this fellow, and I just wanted to share the reading here online. For there was a question as to whether or not to pursue a venture. And the cards that came forward are confidence, and then purification. And I feel like with the confidence card, it is interesting. When I look at it, there's something here. At first, it looks like it is her other hand. Well, you would think it was her other hand coming out from under her shawl there. And yet, as I look at it, it does not feel like a hand at all. And her eyes are wide and looking past all dimensions, it seems. And the owl sitting upon her shoulder is sitting there, and if you look at the moon and the way it is placed there behind her head, it almost looks like a tunnel. It looks like there are many different dimensions going on there. And there is information coming. And the message, I believe, is to be confident in the images and the messages that you receive. For the owl is very wise and sitting there upon her shoulders and looking into the future. And her eyes are fixed, and she has that totem pole in her hand. And she holds on to it, for it is her stick of power. And it holds her firmly in the present while she is connected to all of these other dimensions. Yes. I feel like the light of God is illuminating down. There is light. There is a lot of light. And then the other card that came is this lovely lady. And looking at it, there is that owl again. Now she is floating on top of what looks like the owl energy. And it is the ice moon. And yet, when you look at her hand, it looks like she is peeling off layers. Peeling off layers. So perhaps there is something that we need to dig a little deeper. Perhaps shed some of that old energy, some of that stagnant energy. She is interesting. For she almost looks like she was cut out of a magazine and pasted onto this background. It does not look like it is where she belongs. It looks like she was glued there. It almost reminds me of those old paper dolls. How her dress is. It doesn't quite fit. So when this human was asking, you know, do I stay or do I go? Do I pursue this? There's the owl in this one almost looks like it is holding a finger to its beak. And obviously that is not the case, but it does look that way to me. And then looking at this card, I am going to say no. No, it is not right. There is something not quite. Not quite. Not quite. So I would say to this fellow, hold off. Hold off. For there is more to come. And the Eight of Swords. It is a funny looking card. It almost looks like a picture frame. Like those little party favors that you would do when you go to a party. With so many holiday parties coming up, I am sure you will see those little booths and all the little props and everything. And that is what it makes me think of. But looking at it, it looks like he's very cut off. Like there's a top half and his bottom half, and things aren't quite melding. And again, that is more evidence to me that it is not quite right. Either the time is not right, the offer is not right. Something is not quite right. So I would say to this fellow, hold off and wait for things to fall into place. Wait for things to fall into place. Yes. For this one, there is something strange about her hands as well. And, you know, your hands are what you use, especially some of us, to express yourself. You know, and we have that strange look about her hands there. It is not quite right. No, and the more I look at this image, the more I get something very disjointed and very... No, not yet. Perhaps another time. Perhaps a different offer. But no, not the one that you are looking at. So I do hope that you find that useful. I do hope that you get the answers that you are seeking. Be blessed. Mwah. Until next time.